You are tuned to 24 into 7 channel and Rajdhani channel of All India Radio Delhi. Delhi Diary. Continuing with the series on amazing shades of Delhi, we today present the next episode and bring to you the festivals of Delhi. We have in our studios Mr. Gaurav Sharma talking to Nitish Arora.
Delhi Diary.
Welcome to the next episode of Delhi Diary, and today we're going to talk about the festivals. You've come up with a very unique assortment of festivals. So where do we start from?
Thank you so much, Nitish, for having me on All India Radio. And what a topic that we have chosen. Festivals of Delhi. We can divide festivals of Delhi into three parts. First of all, those festivals which only invented by the people of Delhi, celebrated within Delhi. In second category, you can put the national festivals that are being celebrated by society at large, like Holi, Diwali, Dussehra, Eid, but how they were celebrated differently in Delhi.
Yes, there is a uniqueness to how they are celebrated in Delhi as well.
Exactly. And finally, which you say that Delhi being a modern capital provides a perfect venue for all these festivals to happen. Like food festival, flower festival, fruit festivals, film festivals, book festivals. I mean, we can put festivals of Delhi in these three categories. I would want to begin by the most fascinating festival of Delhi, which is Phul Walon ki Sair.
I would also want to know more about it because I think many of us have heard, even Delhiites, they must have heard about it, not visited, do not have an idea about it.
It was also known as Sair-e-Gul Faroshan. Nothing epitomizes the multicultural flavor of Delhi as Phul Walon ki Sair. This procession of flower sellers that used to be held on 15th Bhado, which is the 6th month of the Indian calendar. But these days it's organized in the month of October-November after the monsoon. When Emperor Akbar Shah, and he was the second last Mughal emperor, his son Mirza Jahangir, who was very much annoyed with the British, he once fired at the British resident in Delhi.
Okay.
And it was such a crime that he was taken to custody to Allahabad prison. At that time, his mother, Empress Mumtaz Mahal, she took a vow that if his son get released, she would walk barefoot all the way to Qutub Sahib Dargah in Mehroli, and she would offer the sheet of flower there. The emperor said that I will also walk along with you. Okay. And then entire family joined. Then the flower seller of Delhi, from the route of Red Fort to Mehroli, created a bed of flowers that if our emperor and empress are walking barefoot, they won't be walking on this ground.
That's quite a distance. I think must be somewhere around 20 kilometers.
The interesting thing is that today the Red Fort to Mehroli is just 40-minute metro ride. But in those times, the royal family would leave the Red Fort, going via Purana Killa, Humayun's tomb, Dargah Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya, and then would stop at Safdarjung tomb.
Okay.
And after a while, they would leave for Mehroli and reaching there in evening.
Mm-hmm.
So it was that long the royal paraphernalia used to take.
Imagine the whole route is like decked with flowers.
Yeah. So entire court along with the emperor and empress, walked over this path. And it was such an experience. In the end, emperor offered a fan made of flowers, not just at the Qutub Sahib Dargah, but also at the temple of goddess Yog Maya in Mehroli. Delhi people wanted this to happen again and again. And on popular public demand, emperor announced that now it will be an annual affair.
Okay.
The tradition was established that the first fan would be offered at the Yog Maya temple, and then next day there would be a procession to offer a pankhas at the Dargah of Qutub Sahib. The emperor, empress, prince, princesses would carry the flower, perfumes, sweets in colorfully decorated baskets on their heads. And this tradition continued till 1857. We all know in 1857 there was a great revolt.
What is the route nowadays?
Now it happens within Mehroli.
Within Mehroli.
From Hauje-Shamshi, Mehroli has also become a congested place over a period of time. So there is a main bazaar. So starting from Hauje-Shamshi, it travels across the street and finally reaches the Qutub Sahib Dargah.
Again, there are flowers all along the route.
No, but there are much more lights and festivities.
Okay, fine. But flowers are there.
Very much are there. So
people walk barefoot.
Now nobody walk barefoot. So the President of India and Lieutenant Governor of Delhi are ceremoniously invited, not by any invitation card, but the Shehnai player go all the way to their home and play Shehnai at their gate. It is their invitation to the Phul Walon ki Sair. A mela is organized in Mehroli with amusement rides, crafts and artisans selling their ware. The pankhas are taken in grand procession where the cultural troupe of various states perform their acts. And then on Thursday, the fans are offered at Qutub Sahab Dargah, and then on the Friday in the Yogmaya temple. So the very first pankhas which are offered are of a President of India and Lieutenant Governor of Delhi.
So friends, those of you who have not witnessed this festival so far, mark your date. I think this is in October.
November. First week. So starting with the seasonal calendar of the festivals, Basant Panchami. That's the festival that's celebrated across India.
That is approaching.
It's coming. There is a one very famous incidence of Basant celebration in Delhi. One day, very famous poet of India, Amir Khusro, noticed these ladies dressed up in yellow and carrying marigold flowers in their hand. From then onwards, he gave that idea to his master, Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya, and they begin to celebrate Basant.
I think if I'm not wrong, Amir Khusro, he was going for a mourning and he wore all Basanti clothes, and he was basically asked, and then he referred that this is because of Basant Panchami, the festival today. Is it like that?
There is this version, and the belief is that there was a death in the family and Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya was upset about it, and in order to cheer everyone's mood, he appeared in a yellow cloth and he wrote beautiful compositions on Basant.
Absolutely.
Sakal ban phool rahi sarso. We all know that. So during the Mughal era, Basant was celebrated for 6 days. The Muslims at the Kadamgah shrine would offer bunches of mustard flower to the shrine. This would sprinkle rose water and musk. Qawwalis will be sung, and the festivities will shift from one dargah to the other. From Kadamgah to Qutub Sahab Dargah, then to Chirag Delhi, then to Hazrat Nizamuddin Auliya Dargah, and then to the Rasul Numa, and finally Turkman Biyabani. And on the 6th day, the elites of the city would go all the way to the Red Fort and would offer the greetings of the Basant to the emperor.
So that charm of Basant Panchami is somehow missing nowadays.
We very much celebrate it. We celebrate it with a lot of gusto. People fly kites in the sky. It's just that the nature of every festival changes with the time. I want to specially talk about the Holi, because in Delhi, we used to call it Eid-e-Gulabi.
Okay, you move on to Holi.
And it was also called at Abe Pashi, which is shower of colorful flowers. So there used to be melas and fair behind the Red Fort till the Rajghat, and the Dhaf, Jhanjan, Nafiri, all this was played. Nautch girls would perform a dance performance. Groups of traveling musicians and artisans would gather under the Red Fort and display their tricks and talents. They would mimic and imitate the emperor, prince and princesses too, and nobody would take offense.
And this again used to be played with flowers in those days. And with natural colors.
Exactly.
Unlike what we do today. But I think people have started reviving that tradition of playing the Holi festival with flowers.
People are trying. And the queen, princesses and noble women would be sitting in their jharokhas and enjoying the entertainment. The emperor would reward these artists handsomely. At night, there used to be a grand celebration of Holi in the Red Fort, with famous courtesans singing and dancing throughout a night. Bands of entertainers would go around the city, entertaining the aristocrats and rich in their havelis, and there would be good nurtured leg pulling with a slogan, Bura na mano Holi hai. And Bahadur Shah Zafar, the last Mughal emperor, used to join the celebration with great gusto and enthusiasm and mingle with his subjects. He wrote a song for the occasion. Kyun moh pe mari rang ki pichkari, de kumarji dungi gari. So in the walled city outside, colors made from the tesu flowers were thrown at each other. At night there would be mehfils in the walled city with the aristocrat, traders and shopkeeper all enjoying themselves. And one thing that one cannot do without mentioning, the Eid of Delhi. So Eid al-Fitr, the Eid that comes at the end of the month of Ramzan. So under the Emperor Shah Jahan, Eid prayers were offered in the Jama Masjid. But Emperor Aurangzeb built a Eidgah in Paharganj, and later Mughal Emperor went there. On the day of Eid, after vermicelli cooked in milk and wearing new clothes, Sivaiya, exactly. The men left for the Shahi Eidgah in Paharganj in carriages, palanquins or on foot. And after the Eid prayers, Emperor would felicitate the Imam before he read the khutbah. And after the khutbah was delivered, people would greet one another with embraces and gun would be fired in celebration of the movement. And Badshah would then return to fort, sitting on his takht-e-taus, and receive offering and hand out garlands and turban to the various princes and nobles. There was a one festival that we have stopped celebrating. Now it is limited to very small community in Delhi, and largely a very small, as if we compare to the percentage of India, is Nowruz, which is this Parsi New Year. But it was celebrated within the Red Fort. Nowruz, which is this Persian New Year, celebrated by all Mughal emperors with great enthusiasm. The Qila would be decked up with beautifully decorated tents, and a color would be decided by a royal astrologer. And everyone in the Qila would wear that color, including the emperor.
Let me interrupt here to my listeners. Gaurav is a student of history and that's how he's putting us in a time machine and taking us back to the historical perspective of all those festivals, which are, I think, now the enthusiasm that was there in those days is missing, but yet Delhi still remains the festivals capital of India as well.
Exactly. And in the end, I would come to the festival which people relate to in modern time. So a special darbar was held in those time, offering made to the emperor, and he would distribute silver and gold among the poor. Later in the afternoons, boats decorated with the color of the day would ply in the river Yamuna, and with the royal passengers out to enjoy the day. So there was a ferry of these, because you could see the Yamuna from the Red Fort.
I wish the Yamunas start flowing with the same cleanliness now also. I think something is being done now to use Yamuna as a waterway.
Let's hope it happens. And there is a one festival that one should know how it was celebrated, Dussehra. The first Ramlila committee in Delhi was established by the Emperor Bahadur Shah Zafar, and it continued to exist till date. In the market and the chowks of Delhi, huge effigies of the demon king Ravana made of cardboard and paper were erected. In the Ravana's stomach, an earthen vessel containing the sharbat was placed, indicating the blood of the Ravan.
Great.
And small children dressed up as Lord Ram came and fired arrows at the vessel. On the morning of Dussehra, the Mughal emperor would hold a darbar, and at Red Fort the bird Neelkant, Indian roller, which signified victory and success as per the Hindu tradition, would be set free. And because it was also a period of Navratris, 9 days preceding the Dussehra, the dohas of Tulsidas, Ramayana, would be recited in Persian for all to enjoy and understand. And verses would be composed in Urdu and Persian for the occasion by the royal poets. And tableau procession would be organized every day. People dressed up as Lord Ram, Sita and Lakshman were taken around the city on chariot, and that continues till date.
But now it is limited to one day only.
Now it is limited to one day. I participated in one of them, and the present Ramlila Maidan was actually a pond which was called Shahji Ka Tal. An actual scene of Lord Ram crossing the river and Kevat is taking them was performed there. So different scene of Ramlilas were performed.
It was a pond.
It was actually a pond. And finally, Diwali, which was known as Jashn-e-Chiragan. And under the Mughals, it was celebrated with great enthusiasm. Rang Mahal in Red Fort was lit up with diyas on Diwali. Fireworks under the supervision of Mir Atish would be ignited near the walls of Red Fort. A special Akash diya was lit up with great pomp, placed atop pole 40 yards high, supported by 16 ropes and fed on several mounds of cottonseed oil.
Great.
So that much arrangement was made for the Diwali. It was the biggest festival. If you want, I can straight away jump to the modern day hipster festivals.
Sure. Fact of the matter is that all these festivals do exist now also and are again celebrated, but obviously the color and shades of every festival changes
with the time. Now the biggest festival of Delhi, if you ask me, where everyone wants to go, is the Grub Fest. And now nobody calls festival. The word is fest. And it's one of the best and the biggest food festival of Delhi, which keeps happening once in every 2-3 months. It offers delectable delight, good music and performances. Then there is a street food festival organized by National Association of Street Food Vendors of India, which bring together 150 food stall. It invites lot of foodies and offer variety of fun activities and musical performances. And among the food festival, we also have Asian Hawker Market, Great Indian Food Festival, and the Pellet Fest, which offers limited variety of
but
cuisine.
dates of these festivals keep on changing. One has to keep a track of it.
Yeah, sure. And then the one festival where everyone wants to go is Hon Okay Please Street Food Festival.
Hon Okay.
Hon Okay Please. So it's one of the most happening festivals celebrated in Delhi, where food trucks from around the city showcase their talent on big platform.
Normally it is in
Jawaharlal
Nehru
Stadium. Yes. So it's a fab opportunity to binge on famous dessert and dishes all in one place with some hip music and games. And finally, the one festival which I know that you like is the Mango Festival. It's an international mango festival held in July each year and is among the most famous festival of Delhi. It displays over 500 different native varieties of the mango.
Great.
And there are these shopping festivals that people don't know. There is something called London Market.
Oh.
Organized in the very British hotel, which is a Maidens, now called the Maidens Oberoi. And it offers fashionable jewelry and clothes. There is this Wedding Asia, which is of a very elite scale, organized in the Ashoka hotels. And it only caters to those people who are supposed to get married. Then for the artisans, there are Dastakar Nature Bazaar, Dastakar Asia Bazaar. And one festival, because this is approaching fast, that one should not miss, is the flower show, which is organized within the Purana Killa in month of February. And in fact, the February offers variety of the places for flower festivals. One festival which has become identity of Delhi now is a Qutub Festival. This 3-day festival is famous for bringing this historical place to life through cultural performances, show, lights, music and dance, and it usually held in November. And who's who of the music industry attend this event. And one festival which coming in 2 weeks and one must not miss. I'm not sure how it will be celebrated because Corona is still there. It's called Makar Sankranti. And in Delhi, we call it Kite Flying Festival. Is held on the same day as Makar Sankranti. The whole area above the Palika Bazaar is decked up to commemorate this day. The sky is filled with kites of different shapes, sizes, colors, and making it one of the Delhi's best festival.
In fact, we have international participations also.
Exactly. So, if I have missed any festival, I'm really sorry, but these are the major festivals that I have myself participated in.
So, friends, I think this makes it quite clear that Delhi is a festival capital of India and every day is celebrated here actually. All 365 days you are having something or the other thing. There are literary festivals, there are drama festivals, film festivals, and of course, the festival of Delhi, which is approaching very fast now, is the 26th January.
Exactly.
I mean, Rajpath is the place to be in, and it's so beautiful.
And I want to talk about this, that being a Delhi boy, we always saw this Republic Day parade, which makes all of us so filled with pride. I used to wish that one day I would get a chance to see it. And finally, I got a chance to see it when I was in college. And believe me, that day I had to walk so long in order to reach there. And by the time we reached there, we were left with only with our money and the handkerchief. So we understood that, it's
the security reason.
Yes, for the security reason, that it's not easy to be there. But those tableaus always used to catch my attraction, and believe me, I used to go to the parking of the Red Fort just to see, because at the end, those tableaus used to stop there.
It is now the Republic Day parade is followed by for a few days the Festival of India.
That's what I'm coming to, and that's called Bharat Parv. And believe me, if you have missed the Republic Day parade, go and attend the Bharat Parv. You will get to see all these tableaus plus the food. The huge Red Fort courtyard is filled with tents. So you can imagine the scale of this festival. This is by far the biggest festival, and people of every section participate in it.
So the festivals keep on continuing. Wish nothing like 2020 or Corona comes back again, and we all participate in these festivals with enthusiasm and try to revive the festivals that Gaurav spoke about. Some of them are, I think, are breathing very heavily now because there is not much participation, and youngsters can come together to revive those festivals. Gaurav, thank you so much. It was a pleasure talking to you.
Pleasure. It was my pleasure.
Delhi Diary.
You just heard the third episode of our monthly series on amazing shades of Delhi, Delhi Diary. Today we brought you a conversation between Mr. Gaurav Sharma and Nitish Arora on festivals of Delhi. The next episode on 3rd February will introduce you to the parks and gardens of Delhi. We welcome your suggestions and comments regarding our program on our email ID englishsw@gmail.com. This broadcast came to you over 24/7 channel and Rajdhani channel of All India Radio, Delhi.